Let's talk about the restaurant business for a minute. In my opinion, you as a server are operating a service business within the restaurant business selling food. Um, if you haven't ever thought of it, I want you to think about all the stuff your restaurant does for you, your store. Like they did everything. All you have to do is come in and serve. They handle the utilities, the hiring, the firing, the maintenance of the equipment. They searched out everything. They continue with the menu program to make sure you have a nice menu. They continue with the menu updates so you always get paid properly. They handle everything. All you have to do is breeze in, do your job, and go home. You can forget all about all the other stuff. So they have a COA, a cost of acquisition. I guarantee you, if you ask your manager, hey, what's our COA? They're going to do this. What? How do you, what do you, well, it's 498. But, and then just walk away. Like, they have a COA, of course. Um, so they pay money and put forth effort to get people in the building. So I have regulars that tip me 10%. I have regulars that tip me 35%. But every one of those people, I would almost guarantee that at some point in time, they came into the restaurant because of what the company as a whole did to get them there. Whatever that might be, have a professional brand, have great customer satisfaction, advertising, whatever it was, I would almost guarantee the business paid a COA to get that guest in for me to serve. What I do with that is up to me. Am I going to be that server that's like, yeah, yeah, they can come back. They cannot come back. Yeah, what were you doing last night? Yeah, they need drinks, but it'll be okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I went to, right? Or am I going to be Johnny on the spot getting their drinks and making sure I make as much as I can? I'm not happy with feeling that like I never make that 25% gratuity. And it's always the people for those servers, right? It's always the people are. No, man. Like, no. Here's a little story time for you. I was brand new at a breakfast place, and a table of six came in, or eight, or something. It was not a small group. And, oh, new guy. There you go. Go serve them. Have fun. Because they know they're only going to leave $5. And I twig to this, right? Where I work, anyways. So I'm like, oh, let me see what I can get. So I noticed that the men are putting their butter continentals, those little foil wrap butter cubes or whatever, they're putting them in their ice water. And I asked the matriarch of the group, I said, why do they do that? And she said, oh, because they like their butter cold. I said, can it be too cold? She said, no. I said, what if it's frozen? She's like, ooh, that might be nice. So we kept our butter continentals in the freezer. I got a bowl of ice. I went to the freezer, got butter, put it on the ice, and took it to the table. Yeah, I did that. They were so happy with that. Oh my goodness. They tipped me, I think it was 25%. And at that time, that place had a cashier. So all our charge slips were kept up there because the charge was run at the desk. You didn't do it yourself. And the other servers, the longtime servers that had been there, they're like, so what'd you get? I said, I don't know. You can go look if you want. Because I knew they left. I went up and checked. I knew they gave me 25%. They freaked out. They're like, how? I said, bottom line is, I served them as though they were going to tip me. I didn't serve them as though they were going to give me a crummy gratuity. I went above and beyond for them, and they appreciated that. They're used to your service. When I gave them my service, it was a welcome surprise. They asked for me every time they came in. All those people just like, Oh, they were seething that this table requested me now because it was always a large table and they tipped me so well. Oh my goodness. They would bring in more people and they would order up. The boys, the children, would order two, maybe three sides of bacon, two, three orange juices, like the waiter's dream, right? And they didn't care about the bill. They just tipped. So that's what I got for going above and beyond for them. Anyways, this is getting horribly long and I'm so sorry. The point is this: your restaurant paid to get people in. In my opinion, it's your job to make them want you to serve them when they come in. And they keep coming in because you're there. Yeah, that's the thing. Peace. Have a great day. Go make that money.